What's up, family? Not tuned in the Tough Tiger Talk on the PRO Media Network. Much love to the fam. I'm Big Q, chiming in with this installment of Tough Tiger Talk. This one's called Paul Finebaum Talks Up Head Coach Brian Kelly. It's interesting, man. We'll go into it, and it's also an article that was provided by 24/7 Sports. It pretty much give us a little insight at what's going on. I'm just gonna play it for you guys so you can hear it straight out. What Finebaum said about Coach Brian Kelly, and I'll give some perspective at the end of it. But really, the truth of the matter is, we shouldn't be surprised. I think it's being really, really heavily understated how good of a hire this is. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. This is a fantastic hire, and I think the entire Tiger Nation will understand what I mean over the next several seasons of just unbridled success that we'll have. Consistent, steady success and playing football at the highest levels in the LSU Tiger Nation in the SEC. Let's hear what they said about Coach Brian Kelly from Finebaum. Listen up.
100%, Pat. And I don't have experience of this, so I'll use my friends as an example. Brian Kelly reminds me of that 60-year-old guy who just got remarried. And, he's just been to Cabo with his wife, and he's tanned and happy for the first time in 20 years. And he's like, whatever happened before doesn't exist anymore. It's really remarkable. And I've known this guy for a long time. And have had some difficulties with him because he in the past could be very surly and very difficult, but he's not like that anymore. And I saw a change before he left Notre Dame. But listen to this. I mean, he was very honest about everything, including Notre Dame. He talked about the problems up there. He joked about all the cracks on him after getting to Baton Rouge. And I just, he flat out said, he said, I came down here to beat Nick Saban. That was one of the motivations. And with that, you have a shot at winning a national championship. And I feel much better about LSU than I have felt in a long time. Really, probably since the 12 season when they were the favorite once again to win it all, and they crashed and burned against Alabama. That I have felt this confident. I mean, they have a real football coach down there. They don't have a clown like Les Miles, and they don't have really a hustler, which they had in Ed Orgeron. And I mean by that is, he was a great recruiter, but that was it. He couldn't ever be a CEO of a program for long and be successful. And I know he won the national championship, but I also know what happened right after that. So they are in great shape, I think, long term.
All right, that was Paul Finebaum off the McElroy and Cubelic show. And let me tell you something. That was good commentary right there. And this comes as a result of an interview that was done a few days ago on Paul Finebaum's show when he had Brian Kelly on there. And he was talking about his decision to leave Notre Dame to head to LSU country. And pretty much what he was saying was that he felt like the program needed a few pieces here or there, and Notre Dame didn't see it the same way he did. Well, ultimately, let me tell you something. He decided to make the jump. But the SEC, man, come on. It's the best in the country. And of course, you have Texas and Oklahoma coming soon. So, I mean, the SEC is where it's at when it comes down to college football. Let's just keep it a buck. And Brian Kelly understands that. And despite all the success he had at Notre Dame in previous stops, he comes here. And listen, credit to the AD over there, Woodard. He did a fantastic job because he went looking for different people. And then Woodard pulls out Brian Kelly. When it shocked the hell out of Notre Dame, it shocked the hell out of the Tiger Nation. But what did you get in Brian Kelly is the big thing. And just to keep it a buck, like I said, and come back around, what you getting in Brian Kelly, family, listen, and we all know this, we covered this before, but just to reinforce the point about what kind of coaches. We know that he got the 10-year deal at $95 million. We know that. And we also know his record as being, he has 280 career victories. That's the most among active coaches in college football right now. Everywhere he goes, he wins, and he's one of only 5 active coaches who've guided their programs to multiple undefeated regular seasons since 2009, and he has led his teams to the college football playoffs in 2 of the last 3 seasons. He came to LSU because he knew that LSU had the ability to not only take his coaching staff to the next, his coaching staff and the team and the entire LSU nation to the stars. And he understands that is fertile territory in the SEC. He spoke about the difficulties in recruiting in Notre Dame, how easy it'll be for him to recruit in LSU. Let me tell you something, family. All he has to do is what he's been doing, which is win. And he'll get everybody there. We all know this. When LSU was kicking ass and taking those names, they were drawing the best talent in the state and the region. That's what we do here. And of course, another great thing about Brian Kelly that I really like is the fact that he is aiming his scope at Nick Saban and saying, I want to beat Nick Saban. That is everything that LSU family members in the Tiger Nation want in the coach. A guy that is a perennial, consecutive winner, 280 career victories. That's more than Nick Saban, by the way. Saban got a beat on the championships, obviously, but he has his scope trained on Nick Saban in Alabama. And that's all we want. And you win. And if you just win and consistently win, you'll get all the talent you need to take Alabama down. We finally got the guy. So we covered this some time ago, but just to reinforce the point about people saying, can we win with Brian Kelly? Hell yeah, you can win with Brian Kelly. This freaking guy is a winner. You heard what Finebaum said about him being reinvigorated to come back here to start another chapter of his life. He wants championships, family. So do you. So at the end of the day, who do you have in Brian Kelly? You got a bona fide winner, fam. And Finebaum knows it. We know it as well. We wanted a perennial, consistent, respected team, and he's going to bring that to LSU. He did a wonderful job in recruiting. A lot of guys got up out of here in the transfer portal, but he was still able to bring talent in using the same transfer portal to fill in the secondary and other areas, bringing a pretty solid team as well, and has created somewhat of a buzz. And all that's left to do is win in LSU Nation, and Brian Kelly will do that. He will definitely do that. So with that being said, I'm gonna knock out on that one. Much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all chiming in for another episode of Tough Tiger Talk. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the show stream with other LSU family members here at Tough Tiger Talk. Brian Kelly's the real deal, man. We coming for you, Alabama. We are coming for Alabama this year. Don't be surprised about what kind of season it's going to be. Brian Kelly's a winner, and he's bringing it to the Tigers. Much love, fam, and go Tigers.